This is Amendment 1, Freedom of Speech by Tyler Saponik and Annika Lindvet.
Specifically, the freedom of speech of obscenity.
Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech. In other words, Congress cannot take away your right to say whatever you like. The Supreme Court has incorporated these rights and liberties. However, one of the most prominent limitations is obscenity. In a 5-4 Supreme Court decision, it was decided that obscene materials do not enjoy First Amendment rights. In the 1973 court case, Miller v. California, Marvin Miller, the owner of a California pornographic mail-order business, had sent out a graphic brochure. Two recipients who received this called the police, and Miller was arrested, being charged with a violation of the California Penal Code 311.2. The president derived from this court case defined obscenity as something an average person finds patently offensive and has no literary or artistic merit. In the 1969 Supreme Court case Brandenburg v. Ohio, Clarence Brandenburg, a KKK leader in Ohio, contacted a reporter at a Cincinnati TV station and invited him to cover a KKK rally. They were using very degrading terms, and he was later arrested for advocating violence with the speech he made. Brandenburg's conviction was repealed, and the case precedent stated that the government cannot punish inflammatory speech unless intended to incite violence.
In the 1919 Supreme Court case, Schenck v. United States, Charles Schenck of Ohio was convicted for distributing leaflets to draft-age men, urging resistance to induction. He was convicted for an attempt to obstruct the draft, a serious criminal offense. The precedent from this case is that the government can impose time, place, and manner restrictions on free speech. This was a unanimous court decision. The 1951 Supreme Court case, Dennis v. United States, involved Eugene Dennis, General Secretary of the Communist Party USA. It was ruled that Dennis did not have the right under the First Amendment to exercise free speech, publication, and assembly if the exercise involved the creation of a plot to overthrow the government. The clear and present danger test comes into play in Dennis v. the United States, Schenck v. the United States, and Brandenburg v. Ohio. Clear and present danger became a standard test in cases before the court where a United States law limits a citizen's First Amendment rights. The law is deemed to be constitutional if it can be shown that the language it prohibits poses a clear and present danger. However, the clear and present danger criterion of the Schenck decision was replaced in 1969 by Brandenburg v. Ohio, and the test refined to determining whether the speech would provoke an imminent lawless action.